y'all, Scott here.
Welcome to another one of my silly little World of Warcraft YouTube videos, which you are watching instead of doing whatever it is you're supposed to be doing right now. Today, I'm going to be talking about the World of Warcraft 2004, Classic 2019, Season of Discovery 2023, Phase 1, Level 25, Avengers Endgame experience. And we might as well start right here, in the Dead Mines. Let me give you a peek at what I've been up to. After my embarrassing defeat against John in the leveling race to 25, I decided to drown my sorrows with some dungeon farming. After all, if I'm gonna be a sweaty degenerate tryhard, I have to go and get my pre-raid best in slot gear. Some of these items I managed to get with relative ease, such as Van Cleef's chest piece and the Warsong boots that I went and got with John. And then there were items which should have been easy to go and get, but I fucked up, like the Deftkin belt. Let me tell you why reading instructions is a good idea. So the way you get this thing is by handing in a quest at Zoram Strand to this NPC. Jinyu Sankria. Jinyu Sankria? The troll guy, this guy. The only thing you have to do to get this quest item is kill a single water elemental in Ashenvale named Tidorus. Or so I thought. You see, Tidorus doesn't actually drop this quest item until you've completed a different quest which you pick up in Splinter Tree Post. And guess who, conveniently, stopped reading the instructions right before that part because he's dumb as fuck? That's right. Me. I have this distinct memory of getting this item in the past without having to do the prior quest, but apparently that memory is just a fabrication. And I'm not the only person that this quest befuddled. There were a bunch of comments all over Wowhead with people confused about not being able to get the item. However, this isn't a very good defense by me because most of these comments are from fucking 2007. My favorite one of these was from a guy named CDL who said, "I can't loot the fucking globe. I died 3 times just to get it." Gay. I must have been at this lake for about an hour. I killed Tidorus like 4 times and only then did my last 7 brain cells sync up like the planets aligning and make me think, oh, maybe I've missed a step. I can't really complain though. The belt was probably the hardest thing I had to go and get, and the only reason it was difficult was because I'm an idiot. After only about a week or so at the max level, I felt like I was well on my way to having a good gear setup. Meteor Shard? Acquired. Toughened leather gloves? A gift from Job. Jurassic wrist guards? Fuck no, I'm not spending nearly 70 gold on these things. In fact, I'm not spending that much money on anything. I'm broke as hell, but that hasn't always been the case. Let me tell you about my terrible, inefficient, dogshit way of making money.
This is what we know about these rare bears. They're predators that also search for berries, roots and fresh greens in the underbrush. The bears can only fish during low tide. The water has to be low enough for them to see the salmon swimming by. Scientists estimate the brown bear population in the Katmai to consist of around 2,000 animals. Hunting brown bears for sport is not welcome in Alaska anymore. "54% of females will cuckold their mate.
So yeah, that's my money-making method. At one point, I was playing the game, minding my own business, and I got one of those waylaid supply boxes which required 20 smoked bear meat. So naturally, I went over to the auction house, and I found that 20 smoked bear meat would only cost me just under 3 gold. I found this price to be completely egregious and wondered to myself, is the meat hard to get? Is it hard to smoke? No, it's not. In fact, it's incredibly easy to get loads of it. Not a lot of people are farming it, and pretty much everyone needs it for their supply crates. So that's what I've been doing. I go and get a World Bluff at Thunder Bluff. Bluff, fuck. I go and get a World Bluff. Fuck! I go and get a World Buff at Thunder Bluff, and then I go over to Silver Pine Forest and massacre the entire bear population for like 2 hours. Is it a good money-making method? Not really. Is it a fun money-making method? No, but I would still rather do this than go and lock myself in Wailing Caverns for hours to farm Cobron's Grasp. One benefit of doing this farm though is that I get a whole bunch of BOE green items. I could painstakingly go and check if any of them are worth any money on the auction house, or I could just say fuck it and send all of them to my enchanting alt. You might think his name is Theirs, but by thinking this, you've fallen for his trap. Much like the real thing, he hides in plain sight, waiting, watching for his perfect moment to strike. The IRS. Pay your fucking taxes! Gradually, the bear meat has become cheaper as time's gone on. Originally, I was farming it for about 14 silver a piece, and now it's down to just under 10 silver, so I've kind of just stopped doing it. The thing is, the bears were actually my second money-making method. Let me tell you about my first one. Let me tell you about Shredder Turbochargers. This is an item that's brand new to Season of Discovery, and they're quite quick and easy to go and get. All you have to do is level your engineering to 135 and then go over to Deadmine to kill Sneed. Sneed has a 6% chance of dropping the Shredder Auto Salvage Unit schematic. Once you have the schematic, all you need to do is make 2 whirring bronze gizmos and 1 bronze framework out of 6 bronze bars, 1 medium leather and 3 wool cloth. You then take 1 heavy leather, combine all of it, and you make a Shredder Auto Salvage Unit. You then take this item and use it on the body of a Shredder you've killed in the overworld, and it has a chance to give you a Shredder Turbocharger. Also, just now I learned that you can actually go and pickpocket Venture operators in Stone Talon Mountains, and they can have a chance to give you Shredder Auto Salvage Units, which I didn't know until now, so fuck me, I guess. Did you catch all of that? Good. I'm not explaining it again. At the start of the season especially, almost everybody needed these things, so farming them to make money felt like a no-brainer. In Ratchet, there's a goblin who loves to see some good old-fashioned commerce. He sells a rune for every class, but in order for you to unlock the privilege of buying things off of him, you have to give him 60 fucking items. 20 Dark Iron Ordnance, which is a new item you can only get by killing elite Dark Iron dwarves in the wetlands. 24 Fish Oil, because I guess this guy's into some weird shit. And 16 Shredder Turbochargers. I chose to farm turbochargers for 2 reasons. 1, they were very profitable at the start of the season, and 2, farming them was fucking hilarious. The way that auto salvage units work is basically the exact same way that skinning works. Only 1 unit can be used on each shredder body, and you don't need to be involved in killing the shredder at all. This means that if you wanted to be a massive bastard, you could stand by as someone else kills a shredder and then use your auto salvage unit on it, effectively stealing their tag. Of course, I've never done this before. That would be a terrible thing to do to someone. However, despite how hilarious it was to steal people's turbochargers, there was something else I did in Stone Talon which was way more entertaining. And in order to talk about that, we're gonna have to talk about PvP. Now, the PvP in Phase 1 can be broken down into 3 main categories. You've got Warsong Gulch, the battle for Ashenvale, and regular overworld fighting. First of all, let's talk about Warsong Gulch. I don't like it. Okay, no, that's not fair. I don't like it in Season of Discovery. It's for the reasons you've probably heard 1,000 times before. Pugs versus premates. Hi, hello, it's me, the goddamn editor. Myself. After I made this segment of the video, I found out that Nora Valletta had tweeted saying that they were changing the battleground queuing system coming in Phase 2. I considered deleting the mini rant you're about to hear, but I decided not to due to the fact that Blizzard have a record for saying they're going to make or change something and then not always doing it. Anyway, if it does happen, I just hope it's better than the current system. Now back to my complaining. I don't feel like this is some big controversial take, but I'm going to talk about it anyway because, well, fuck you, it's my video. Since Season of Discovery is all about making little changes to Classic, I was really hoping that we get a new battleground queuing system. But since that didn't happen, now queuing up as a solo player is a fast and efficient way of having a bad time. And no, I don't really feel like joining a pre-made group, mainly because I'd have to deal with the types of people you meet in pre-made groups.
He's in the fucking keep room. They're in our fucking flag room. This is literally a fucking shit in the shit in my fucking face.
In the past, I didn't really care about this much, no changes and all that. But I think this new season would have been the perfect time to discover a new queuing system. That's a little joke there for any of you. Anyway, that's enough salty complaining out of me. Let's move on to our next topic, the battle for Ashenvale. Now, originally, I was going to complain about this too. In case you're not aware, or you've forgotten, originally when Season of Discovery launched, this event was complete dogshit. Both factions would just group up at the enemy's final boss, and whoever killed it first would just win the whole thing. Oh yeah, you also only got reputation if you were part of the raid that first tagged the boss. In short, it sucked and no one liked doing it. But fortunately, I don't need to sit here and complain about this event, because Blizzard actually fixed it. Now, each faction has to go and kill the 3 enemy lieutenants, which are spread across the entire zone before they can even engage the final boss. Now, killing these lieutenants is fine, it's just Alterac Valley in the open world, but the magic of this event doesn't come from killing these lieutenants. It comes from raid scale PvP carnage.
Someone's just ran past me and gone, wipe them out!
Enemy spotted.
This is exactly what the game should feel like.
Yeah, run. You should have ran.
So yeah, good job Blizzard. I know that opinions online about this event have been kind of mixed, but me personally, I've been loving it. Watching both factions just slam into each other at full force while the entire zone is on fire and chaos is ensuing all around us, it satisfies my bloodlust. But sometimes, this event isn't on and I still have a craving for violence. So in order to satisfy it, I turn to the greatest type of PvP this game has ever had to offer. Remember earlier in the video when I said,
there was something else I did in Stone Talon which was way more entertaining.
Now it's finally time to talk about it. Overworld ganking. Now this is my area of expertise, and I know what you might be thinking. Mordots, you just complained about Warsong Gulch being imbalanced, but you're out in the overworld doing this? And yes, you'd be correct. I am nothing if not a hypocrite. But also, Warsong Gulch is a 10v10 instance PvP battleground, which in my opinion is very easy to tweak and make little changes to for the better. Meanwhile, the overworld on a PvP server is an active war zone. As soon as you sign up to play on one of these servers, you're signing yourself up to become a statistic. I just can't help myself. I see someone lower level than me running around in the overworld and my brain just goes, yes! When I'm out here ganking people, all bets are off. Sportsmanship? Not a chance. Ethics? A made-up concept. Mercy? No. We've all been there, walking down a road in a contested zone, minding your own business, when suddenly, out of nowhere, you're not having fun anymore. When it comes to ganking people in this game, I've done things which experts would describe as morally questionable. Stone Talon was a fun place to gank in because I could get my turbochargers while killing people. Killing bots in Duskwood was fun, but I got kind of bored of it when actual human players started intervening and defending them. What the fuck are you doing? I'm basically performing a public service right now. But eventually, I found the real MVP, the best possible ganking spot. And no, it's not Red Ridge and it's also not Ratchet. It's right here in Ashenvale, Maestra's Post. This is the best ganking spot for a number of reasons. Reason number 1, it's right next to Zorangar Outpost, so it takes no time to get there. Reason number 2, it's by the side of a main road, which means there are always people going past it. And reason number 3, there are not 1, but 2 escort quests tied to this place. If you're going for peak dickhead efficiency, then ganking people at the end of their escort quests is best in slot. I can't even find the words to describe just how satisfying it is to kill someone right at the end of the escort quest, only for the NPC to fall asleep and then vanish into the void. And it's even better if there are 2 people doing the escort at the same time. I'm actually so proud of this particular gank that I have to show you the entire thing. Maestra's Post ended up being such a good ganking spot that I even teamed up with my friend Wiz and some other like-minded individuals so that we could all be bastards together.
Wow.
He's actually bubble halving.
Can we get him?
Oh, yes!
We got him! None of us have anything better to do on a Friday night.
Now, truth be told, I could show you an hour's worth of footage of me killing people just in Ashenvale on its own, not even factoring in the other zones, but at some point we are going to have to move on. Now, we've talked about farming for Prebis gear, gold making, and PvP, but there's one thing we haven't talked about, and that is Black Fathom Deeps. First and foremost, I want to say, this raid has been fucking sick. They've managed to keep the feeling of BFD the same, while also making it feel like it is a raid and not a dungeon. If all of the level up raids in Season of Discovery are this good, I'm gonna struggle to have things to complain about. Anyway, let's go over the bosses. Generic Water Elemental. Aquanus is kind of a plain, boring boss if all of the mechanics are done properly, but if someone messes up one of those depth charges, you get taken for a ride. A turtle made it to the water. Gamora likes to put down 100 fucking land landmines and bite the ever-loving shit out of your tanks, but I do like doing a lot of damage in Phase 2. Fish! Cerebus ejaculates all over the floor and dies in what feels like about 30 seconds flat. I think this encounter would have been a bit cooler if the boss had more health and took a bit longer to kill, or if we actually had to deal with the ad that the tank takes, but either way, it's still a fun fight. Mariana Trench Nightmare Fuel! Finally! All of that time I spent playing Murky and Heroes of the Storm is paying off. I'm in this guy's head. I know his every fucking move. Oh, and the fight is really fun too. Jet Set Radio! Fuck this guy! Claustrophobic ass tunnel, the molten ball won't stop chasing everybody, and I have to keep losing combo points in order to hit the lightning totem. I actually really like how this fight is designed. It's just annoying while you're doing it. 10 out of 10. Average Linkin Park fan. Good old Kelwis, the pug killer. Unsurprisingly, I think this might be the best designed fight in the entire raid. You've got the purple AoE shit for the range to deal with, the interrupting for the melee to deal with, and the shadow realm for everyone to deal with. A giant fucking reptile, I guess. This guy's a fucking mouth breather. Akumai isn't quite the hardest fight in this entire raid, but he still definitely makes for a satisfying conclusion.
Oh my god, it's more intellect leather!
Yeah.
Oh my god, it fucking is! Now, I wish that I could tell you that I had some insane BFD story from one of my raids which I could use to cap off this video, but all of my runs have been fairly par for the course. One thing that I can tell you, however, is the fucking dry streak I went on. So the bosses in BFD typically drop 2 items each. Sometimes they drop a bonus 3rd item, but those ones are kind of weird and different, and I'm not counting them. Now, by using some complicated mathematics, we can deduce that on average, every 5 boss kills, you should get 1 item. And you already know where I'm going with this. 5 boss kills came and went, and I had 0 usable items. 10 boss kills came and went, as did 20. For you see, it wasn't until I'd killed 39 bosses in this raid before I got an item I actually wanted to fucking use. But hey, it's not so bad. I did actually get 3 items during this period anyway. Both of the fist weapons, because nobody in the raid wanted them, including myself, and the swim speed ring. I can't really complain though, because at this point I've gotten nearly every item out of Black Fathom Deeps that I care about. Now, before we say goodbye to BFD, there's one final thing I want to show you from it. And no, it's not of my guildmates eating shit.
How do we know who
It's the first time I ever went to BFD, and the first time I had to deal with Kelwis. Our raid was vigilant, determined to kill this boss, but we didn't quite have the damage to see it through. So after 4 failed attempts where we kept getting the boss to about 1% health, one of our guys went and bought shadow protection potions for all of us. However, even with these potions, as soon as phase 2 began, we started dropping like flies, and it definitely wasn't because I didn't understand how Mind Blast worked and I was stacked on top of the melee. As everybody started dying one by one, it seemed like this attempt was going to be a failure too, and we were going to have to give up and leave empty-handed. Gonk the Hunter was our final survivor, and with the boss on under 500 health, he did the absolute best he could to finish him off. But ultimately, in the end, he fell, just like the rest of us. And then, 2 frames later, Kelwis also died, and we claimed our victory! And then we tried to do Akumai. The raid wiped before phase 2, and we gave up. But I mean, that Kelwis kill, that was still pretty funny, right? All in all, I'm giving Black Fathom Deeps a great out of an arbitrary rating system which doesn't fucking matter. Phase 1 has been an absolute delight to play. I've really enjoyed things like farming for the runes and the fact that Thunderbluff is the main Horde city for the first time ever. This video is also being released later than I wanted it to. I've been really busy doing important things. Guys! Oh, Jesus, what the fuck? Are you fucking serious? But don't worry, I'm sure that I will end up taking even fucking longer on the next video that I make. As always, a big shout out to all of my gooning commenters. You guys are the real MVPs here. Thanks for watching the fucking video, and I'll be seeing all of you in phase 2. Oh, we're live on youtube.com.
Kill yourself.
Say it again.
What?
Huh?
Huh?
Say it again. No balls?
Say it
What?
again, you fucking coward.
Say it again. No balls. You're scared.
Well, fucking kill yourself.
Catch you later.